How you guys doing? What's going on, Coach? Greatly appreciate you guys, logging on to this weekend to the markets. Today is Halloween. We're actually having a party here. I doubt you can be able to hear the music, but I'm like, you know what? I got to do my session. I got to make sure that I'm here for you guys. So I'm excited to be able to help you guys out. If anything, I want to make sure that you guys can be able to hear me. So go ahead and click on the like button real quick. But then also, just remember that we have every single first Saturday of the month a giveaway where I'm giving away 5 one-on-ones to the people that have most action when it comes to our page. And the way that you can be able to actually win is by 1, subscribing, 2, liking the videos in the begin here section, and commenting on the videos in the begin here section. There's a good amount of videos. There's about 70 videos in that total section right there. But the people that win, they get a lot of value. So if anything, I would definitely get into our Telegram so you can be able to see updates of anything that we're doing, and all of the information as far as like what we're doing, updates as far as like our schedule. Everything is always going to be in the description below. So go ahead and check in the description below so that you can be able to always be able to get access to anything that we're currently doing, any updates. It's always going to be in the description below and or in our Telegram group. If you haven't been on to FxProNow.com, we actually have an actual website, FxProNow.com. When you go into there and create a free account, you can be able to actually receive emails from us as well so that you can be able to be up to date. But also, there's a complete, literally school on there with all of our content, all of our videos, and it's very clean on our website as well. So again, I greatly appreciate you guys logging on. And if anything, let's hop into the markets right now. All right, let's get started. So the pairs that we specifically go over are mostly the DXY, gold, EURUSD, AUDUSD, USDJPY, GBPJPY, and also GBPUSD. These are the pairs that I specifically follow the most, and what I look to do is be able to actually look at the markets and see, okay, what is potentially happening. So on the DXY, we see the fact that it's a continuous push to the upside. It had its pullback and continued to the upside. So this is definitely on the daily time frame a definite uptrend. All right, so that's just good to know the fact that the dollar right now, which is pretty interesting, is gaining traction to the upside. So now when it comes to gold, my complete analysis shows that gold will continue to the upside all the way up to about the 1400 region. And right now, currently, it's doing its pullback, which is exactly what I needed it to do. Because I actually got into gold from this point right here up, and so I caught all of this, then I got out, and then it kept on pushing, and I got it's in beats, pieces in between here, and then I got into another position at the top thinking it would continue, and it didn't. It started to push down, so I'm like, you know what, I'll just cut my losses and get out. So it has retraced a good amount, which is exactly what I needed it to, for it to continue to the upside. And what's so crazy, I was actually going through my videos, and it's so wild because back in August, I literally called, hey, listen, price is going to go exactly to this red line right here. That's exactly where it went. Honestly, like the value that you guys are getting, guys, I promise you people get a lot of money for this. But either way, price retraced to about 50%. I think this is good enough. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for, so as we can see here, price has found some level of support right here. Right, found some level of support based upon the H4 time frame. It is right at 50% retracement based upon the H4 time frame, and it's looking like it's wanted to pull up. I honestly wouldn't even mind getting into a buy literally right here. I do want to find, okay, yeah, so I do see the fact that price has broke through this level of resistance. If I was to pull this up right here, price has definitely broke through this level of resistance right here. based on this M30 time frame. And let's look at the M15. Yeah, it's cleared it. If anything, I'd wait for a retrace, being the fact that it just broke. I'd wait for a retrace and then from there get into my buy. So I'll go ahead and draw this out. Wait for a retrace to the downside, and then from there look for my my buy to the upside. Being the fact that it already has retraced enough for me. Let's go to the minute time frame. Change this one. Visibility hours. Boom, boom. All right. So yeah, I think it has retraced enough. So I see this continuing its way to the upside. If anything, probably aggressively. Probably aggressively. All right. So let's continue for EU. So I would have to look at a higher time frame to see what's going on here. So right now, price has gotten to the last low based upon this daily time frame. I do see it continuing its way to the downside, honestly, long term. And it literally just has been going slowly. Based upon the last time that we spoke, I said, hey, listen, price is gonna push up and then continue its way down, and that's exactly what it has done. If anything, this is looking more of an intraday type look. It's not really showing me big pullbacks based on the H4 time frame. So I'd rather for this to kind of pull up a little higher. This is I don't know, it's looking choppy to me, but it's continuing its way to the downside, which is interesting. I'd wait for this to pull up a little higher here, or even to here, at least here, but continue its way to the downside. Let me look at the H4. Yeah, you see the same thing happen here. It pushed up. I wouldn't be surprised there may be a push up coming, being the fact that there was this level of support down here. I wouldn't be surprised it may keep on pushing up, and let's see how high. Go to the top here, get a real retrace. This last level over here. So I'd rather for this to push up a little higher. Being the fact that it hasn't retraced on this H4 time frame, but honestly, for me, being the fact that this level of support is here, I just wouldn't want to touch EU for me personally, because it just kept on going, and it's been just kind of choppy for me personally. Let's look at AU. So from what we stated on AU, 1A, 1B down here, price got to 38.2. It found its last low. It broke structure, kind of. This candle right here didn't really do it as much as I needed it to. So that's why I was kind of like hesitant. It was making lower lows and lower highs based upon this H4 time frame. But then from there, it actually broke structure right here. So I thought it would have continued its way to the downside, but I guess it just wasn't ready. So I caught all the sells that was available. But as we could see here, price is definitely broke structure. I don't know exactly how high it will go. Being the fact that price already got to 38.2, I would look more for the sells than for buys. But yeah, we'll have to see as far as this one here. Me personally, I wouldn't buy. That's just me. I wouldn't buy. There is some level of resistance right here that it's at right now. So I just wouldn't touch this, honestly, because there's no real trend for me personally. I like where the H4 time frame is showing me a current trend, and I just follow it based upon an intraday 1 hour type look. If I see the fact that there was a break of structure on the H4 time frame, I just wait. until I see the H4 starting to make an actual trend on that H4 time frame after the break of structure. So it's just it just broke structure based upon the 1 hour time frame, and it's doing a pullback. But it already did its pullback over here, so that's why when it comes to AU as well, I'm just kind of hesitant when it comes to this one right now, honestly. All right, so I'm not going to say anything further when it comes to AU today. And I don't know, that's just how I work, man. Like, if there's nothing for me, at least. Right now, for UJ, this is actually looking pretty well. So I actually wrote this to myself. So sometimes I write notes for myself. So continuation of the uptrend on the H4 time frame, wait for pullback in the, at 38.2 to get into an entry for the uptrend. So I wouldn't be surprised. This is exactly what I was looking for. So point A, point B, and as you can see, where is it at? 38.2, and we have this this EMA right here that is sitting right on top of here. So this is actually exactly what I would be looking for. So why do I believe that this is an uptrend on this particular pair right here? So as you can see, it didn't continue its way to the downside. That's completely fine. All right, so point A, point B over here. You see, let me take this off because I know it can probably be confusing. So we see that price found at some level of support at this 61.8 level. And then from there, it pushed up and then pushed down and found a level of support one more time. You can see it clear on this H4. The fact that price never passed this area. It never closed past this last low. And it essentially just kept on making, it was just consolidating based upon this H4 more than breaking structure and continue to the downside. So essentially what it has done definitely is broken this definite structure based upon this H4 time frame, right? Clear as day. And is retesting that break structure, and I do see it continuing its way to the upside. Definitely, and I would actually feel comfortable getting it into. Let's look how this one moved. Did it? It's 38.2. Yeah. So this one, after it broke structure, went to 38.2 and then continued its way to the upside. So I'm gonna look for this one to do the same exact thing, being the fact that it's the same trend. And it had a very nice amount, a very good amount of bullish candles to the upside. So let's go to the H1 time frame, and you'll be able to see the fact that higher highs and higher lows were forming clearly. And I do see a bullish engulfing pattern right here, clear as day. And this is exactly what we look for. And you'll learn this when you actually take our course. You'll actually understand literally everything I'm talking about. So it hasn't pulled back as much as I needed to, actually. So if anything, I'll actually wait a little more for this to get to at least 38.2. Once it gets to this 38.2 area, I'll feel way more comfortable. I'm just gonna bold. Can I do that? Bold each one. Okay. All right, so this is where I would like for it to go. If it falls down even further to like 61.8, even better. But I don't see it going down that far, honestly. All right, so let's go to the H4 and see how far. So I'd like for price to push down a little further, right? Actually, boom, I put it on the wrong way. All right, so there or here. I don't see it pushing down that far, but if it does, amazing. If not, cool. See, I'm putting my fibs. I'd rather be here. Oh, see, bomb. And as you can see, price is literally at this 38.2. Because I'm like, man, that's a far retrace for 61. All right, yeah, man. Like, I feel comfortable about this one. As opposed to just jumping in, I'd rather it start to break structure in the M30 time frame, or on the M15. But even better, the M30. So essentially, I would rather I'd want price to literally break through this right here, this last what was this lower high. I'd rather for price to break through this area, so push up a little further to break it, and then push down, and then from there continue its way to the upside. So I needed to break that area, and if it doesn't break it here, that's okay. It can keep on pushing further down. That's just more pips for me, and then continue its way to the upside. So as far as like how far it would actually go, continue its way to the upside. So my first take profit would be after I get in this area right here. My first take profit at that 113.6 flat, and then from there I'll see it continuing its way to the upside. I really don't think that it would have an issue going all the way up here either way, but you know, 60 pips is not bad. Now as far as continuing its way to the upside all the way, I see price, like I said, continuing its way to the upside to this green box up here, right? And it's pretty interesting that this 161.8 level is literally in this box, and then I wouldn't be surprised there's going to be confluence with this as well. Not as much, but this negative 27% right here is in this green box. So I would see price getting to this 115.4 area if it continues to make higher highs and higher lows based upon this H4 time frame. So let's see. I want to see how these retraces work after break of structure. It does pull back a little further down. This is what we call like back testing to see, okay, how did it do in the past. So back here, after it broke structure based on this H4 time frame, it did push down all the way to about 50%, wicking close to about 61.8, right? And let's see how it never really broke structure based upon going from down to up anytime after that, except here, at least. So honestly, like I feel good about this one. I'll just wait just a little further before I feel comfortable getting into this. But definitely once it breaks through this area and closes past that area right there, these candles, you know, I feel a little bit more comfortable. Let me look at the M15 and see how this is moving. Yep. So definitely once it breaks this area right here, closes past this area as far as like an M15 candle, even better an M30 candle, pushes up, pushes down, and then from there, I see it continuing its way to the upside after it breaks through. Now, if it doesn't break through and closes, like a 30-minute candle, pushes down, and then from there you see price continuing its way up and breaking past that level that it broke, I would just wait until it continues to push to the downside. So this is what I'm looking for. So if anything, I'll type it out for you. So what I'm looking for, so one, price break through last high on M15 and 30 time frame, right? And then from there, number two, pull back. So number one, breakthrough. Number two, pull back, right? Pull back. And what I'll do is I would enter on a low lot size, just in case it continues to go to the downside, right? Get in a low lot size based upon when there's another bullish engulfing pattern that forms to go to the upside, right? Now, if price breaks through this last low right here, you can literally just get out and just wait until it keeps on retracing, or stay in. It matters on how low you go, right? And then number three, it would be best if it actually breaks through that last high. So if breaks through the new high created get into another entry, get into higher entry, higher entry. And when I mean by higher entry, like a good lot size, because now it's like a true break of structure continuing to the upside, and that's exactly what we need, creating more higher highs and higher lows in the future, right? Now, if let's just say price continues to make lower lows and lower highs, meaning like it continues to retrace even further, then I would wait until price gets to this area about 61.8, and then from there wait for the same exact situation to happen where it breaks structure on that lower time frame M15 M30 area, M30 being better, and then from there getting into a low lot size based upon that break of structure, but get in on the retest bullish engulfing pattern, right? And bullish engulfing pattern looks just like this, where a bullish candle engulfs a bearish candle, right? And then from there, so it'll break through, retest, and then you get in on that bullish engulfing pattern at this low, right? At this new higher low, and then from there, if it breaks through the last high again, it's confirmation that it will continue to go up, and then get in on another, another good lot size right after it breaks, or wait for it to retest again and then continue, get it on a little higher lot size there to be a little bit more safer, okay? So that's what I'll personally be doing. So if anything, I'll probably wait till London. I'll get some more hookah, and then from there, wait till everybody leave and then get in. All right, so that's personally what I'll be doing. All right. So we got gold. I feel confident about this one. I'd wait for it. I'd love for it to retrace a little bit further, and if it doesn't, whatever. Me personally, I feel a little good on gold, but if anything, I'll see. GJ, and it has done what I have needed it to do for a while. Because the thing is, it was just literally going down, 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 down. I needed to retrace for me to feel comfortable to stay into it and to stay into it. So, well, it was yesterday. I saw that GJ was like messing around. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna cut. I broke even on GJ based on like the newer trades that I got in. So I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm done for the day, and I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till the next day. All right. So what we're looking for is the fact that this will continue to go to the, head to the way down. But now, if you were to go to the weekly time frame, right, you'll see the fact that this has literally tested, right? These candles tested, so essentially didn't break structure to the upside, right? Now, what's interesting is on the daily, if you were to look, it's tested as well. So let's go ahead and just check to see, okay, could this possibly be creating, an uptrend? Possibly. Because the thing is, like, yeah, you want to be, you want to just not be fooled. So you'll see point A, point B up here, point C, 61.8. What do you see? Bullish. So I'm not going to, like, yes, I'm going for the downside. Like, this is where, I think price is going to go. But at the same time, I can't say it's going there. I got to follow what the market tells me. And what do I see with the market? Well, 61.8. This is a price reversal zone. It could just keep on making higher highs and higher lows, right? Now, when it comes to, having the opposite approach where, this is a downwards push, point A, point B, point C over here, right? And then point D continuing to the downside. So, like, you just gotta really follow what it's saying. So let's go ahead and put our fibs this way, right? And see, okay, from all the way to the top, bottom here, 38.2 being here. This is based upon the daily fibs. Now let's go ahead and go to the H4 fibs and see what's going on. All right. So we'll see point A here, point B here, and we'll see prices literally right now at 50%. So we see 50% and 38.2 based upon this daily, right? 50% and 38.2 based upon this. So 50% based upon the H4 fibs, and then we have 38.2 based upon the daily fibs, literally right here. So I see a very, very nice bullish push up. Now, I would now this one I would really have to wait a good amount for me to feel comfortable in getting into more sells, right? But like this one, I'd really just wait to see, okay, where's it going? Where's it truly going? Is it going to make more lower lows and lower highs, continuing its way to the downside, or more higher highs and higher lows? So when it comes to GJ, my overall perspective of the market based on the weekly is definitely a downtrend. The daily, it's kind of 50-50 for me. And on the H4, it's obviously a downtrend, right? On the H4 itself. But I gotta still have the bigger picture in mind where the daily is what's kind of, it could be a buy, it could be a sell. The perspective I have to keep where the actual trend has been a downtrend. So that is more like 51% and 49% being a buy based upon that daily, right? And right now it's just an interesting time right now. So based upon this lower time frame, like the H1 time frame, it's an uptrend just for now, right? I don't know if that's the beginning of the uptrend on the higher time frame or just a pullback. We'll have to see as time continues. But my analysis does say that I do see more sells, but I can't say anything more than that. I would rather just wait for this to play out and just me not to be in this specific pair for me personally. Okay, let's look at GU. GU has pulled back finally because I'm like, man, this thing is just going right. So it pushed up not as much as I thought, and it did push down, very strongly based on the last time that we spoke. But I just wasn't touching it. Now I feel a little bit more confident to touch it, right? Let's see how it's moved from before. So I found this level of support. Interesting. Let's go ahead and go to the daily and see what this thing is doing. This is an interesting pair. So here, bomb. Look, point A, point B, point C up here, right? And then from there, it pushed all the way down here. I do see this for a buy, honestly. Because I don't see it pushing any further down. Because if it pushes further down, like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with GBP. Let me take this off. So I'd wait for it to retrace because this is a very strong bullish. All right, I'll wait for it to retrace. I don't even know when, honestly. Man, this thing pushed up all the way here. Man, I wish I got into a buy here. That'd have been like amazing. You wouldn't even have to like look at it no more. I just wasn't looking at the charts since yesterday. So I'll just wait for a retrace. I wouldn't be surprised. Price is probably going to go all the way to 38.2. It'll continue to push up until 38.2. Buy. I have to look at it from this perspective. So yeah, I see it continuing its way to the push, pushing up, and then from there, because I doubt it's just going to stop here. We'll have to wait for it to pull back. I need it to pull back before I can be able to say anything about this one. So the only one I feel really good about is this UJ. I feel really, really good about this. I need to see it break structure before I can be able to say anything about this, because the reason why like there's nothing really definitive for me is because everything is breaking structure. Well, everything broke structure yesterday. Some of them are retracing, some of them haven't as of yet. But UJ is definitely one where I feel very confident that it will continue its way to the upside. I just need to make sure, okay, is this all it's going to retrace, or is it going to push even further? If it pushes even further, even better, honestly, because you'll be able to see the push up nicely, like in a slow manner, which I like. Or you'll like if it goes to the 38.2 and stays there and it continues, it's going to go very, very fast. And you'll miss out on some pips, but at least it's continuing, right? But I'd rather go further down 61.8, but I guess we'll see. So the only ones I have for today, and for the rest of this week, as far as definitive, UJ and gold. So I'm gonna take everything off. This is how I work. This is exactly how I work. I look at all my pairs. I find what I feel confident in, and then I throw away the rest where I don't even look at them, right? So all I'm going to do is pay attention to our gold and UJ till Friday, and we're going from there, right? So again, I greatly appreciate your time for logging in, guys. So now the fact that this video is about to be done, I would definitely what I want you to do is let me know in the comment section a couple things. I want you to really like give me perspective on like your thoughts of what you've been able to gain with me. So I want to know stuff you've learned. I want to know what you want more of. I want you to tell me what I've been doing well, what I could be able to do better at, what ideas that could be able to help you, but not just you, but the collective, all of us. What's pretty interesting is I just saw that we're about to hit 700 students, and I wouldn't be surprised that that we already passed that mark. And what's so crazy is I've only been doing this for 4 months, and I've only had the YouTube for 2.5 months, and we're almost at 500 subscribers. And I'm like, man, like this is beautiful. But I honestly like I love growth, so I want this to go even faster. So I'm actually coming up with ways that I can be able to incentivize people to share this content. And like I've had like a whole bunch of ideas. So this is how I get stuff done. I write down ideas. Right? So this is all ideas just from today. So I put on Instagram today, like the most valuable tool that you have is a paper and pen, for real. So what I would definitely encourage you guys to do is to it doesn't matter how stupid the idea sounds, just write it down. And if anything, like if you don't take action on it right away, that's okay. But at least at the end of the week, reread it to yourself and just start. Just start something. Because I know for sure you've had an idea that you haven't taken action on just because you want it to be perfect before you started. Let me tell you something. When I started this, I literally you said, you know what? I'm just gonna start. I don't care how it looks. I don't care. I'm just gonna do it. And I don't know. It's been working out for me, and that's how I'm just gonna do everything else. I'm not gonna wait for permission. I'm not gonna ask. I'm not going to, be like, okay, let me ask somebody else to see what they think, because essentially they don't have the same thoughts that you have. So let's say you say your idea, and then from there they don't really think that your idea is that good, or they say, oh, I think it should work like that. Then you feel like, oh, like nah, like, I don't believe in that, or they just won't really have the same vision. So as opposed to asking other people about your vision, show them your vision by taking action on it, right? So yeah. So again, I greatly appreciate your time, guys. Tomorrow we'll be back on here. Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're always going to be on here. Thursdays, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to do session number 2 of the cloud. Now, yesterday we had two trades that could take profit very, very, simply. The last trade, it literally retraced at the wrong time. Some people would take profit, some people didn't. And it's been on a pullback. That's just how the markets go. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to give you guys what I found out is probably the best way to truly make it, where the red blue cloud method be able to actually have a stop loss involved. So if anything, log on tomorrow so I can be able to share with you guys the idea that I've come up with to be able to make this as protected as well as possible. Okay. So I greatly appreciate your time, guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go ahead and share this video if this has helped anybody. If it's helped you, so somebody else as well. All right, guys, leave your comments so you can be able to win this Saturday, and I'll see you guys soon.